Hello and welcome to an India Today special presentation that comes to you from the Haji Colony in Thakurganj, Lucknow. I'm Gaurav Sawant. This is where an encounter took place till early this morning. Around 3 in the morning, the anti-terror squad of the Uttar Pradesh police, led by Asim Arun, Inspector General of the anti-terror squad, declared that one suspected Islamic State terrorist, Saifullah, had been killed in an encounter. Before that, for practically 12 hours, the police continued to fire chili grenades and tear gas shells into this building just behind me, hoping to neutralize him but take him down alive. They did not succeed. Ultimately, there was an apprehension that he could escape, and that is why the police went in. There was an intervention, he was neutralized, and with this, one module of the Islamic State has been neutralized. Some elements arrested, some at large. Even as we speak, there are a series of raids that are currently underway all across Uttar Pradesh. There are raids in Lucknow, there are raids in Kanpur. We are told there are raids that are currently underway in several other parts of Uttar Pradesh. So what is this Khorasan module all about? The police learnt of it when they got an alert from the Telangana police, but also after a blast on board the Ujjain-Bhopal passenger train. 9 people were injured, 2 grievously. The pipe bombs that were used in that explosion were made in this building right behind me. And that is our top focus story. India Today has learned that the Khorasan module is a homegrown, apparently self-radicalized group inspired by the Islamic State. They owe their allegiance to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi of the Islamic State. 6 suspects have been nabbed in Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. They were apparently indoctrinated using websites, media sites, and sources say other suspects from other parts of the country may have met them on social media chat sites, secret chat sites. The bigger picture is still emerging. Now, I have a defense expert, Colonel Arasin Singh, who joins me on the broadcast in a moment. Maushmi Singh, India Today's Maushmi Singh is the only correspondent who's scaled these walls and will get you the inside look of what this house, which almost is like a mini fortress, what it looks like, where Saifullah was holed up for 12 hours and why this was such a difficult operation for the security forces in their attempt to take him out alive. But I want to quickly cut across to Arasin Singh. First, Colonel Singh, your appreciation of the police operation that took place and the extent to which Islamic State appears to have penetrated and made roots here in Madhya Pradesh, in Uttar Pradesh, in Telangana, in Kerala, in Maharashtra.
Yeah, one line about the police operation. Of course, I mean it took so much time because obviously the effort is to catch the culprit alive, but well, it doesn't always happen. And remember, they are indoctrinated. They are as good as any suicide bombers. The second question that you asked, yes. The one is bewildered by the expand and reach of the ISIS, which I told you your sister publication had brought about, and what worries me most is their partnership with the relapsed Maoists and criminals within India. That Samshul Huda, the Nepalese, aspiring politician, he was the man who is the kingpin, and well, it is the design is very, very dangerous. I mean, today any of us could be traveling on a train, as unsuspecting innocent passengers. And remember,
absolutely, these are the elements that these people want to target. On that wider aspect, Colonel Singh, stay with me for a moment. We were talking about the flow chart of this terrorist organization. Colonel, stay with me for a moment. I want to cut across to India Today's Rahul Kanwal, and I want to get details of what this Khorasan module is all about. So, one person has been killed. There are 3 who've been taken into custody in Uttar Pradesh, 3 others taken into custody in Madhya Pradesh. So let's try and make sense of the Khorasan module of the Islamic State. Remember, there are several who are still at large where simultaneous raids are on. Rahul Kanwal, with the latest.
This is the image that's been put out by the intelligence agencies that are handling this case. It explains the Khorasan module of the ISIS. The young man at the head of it all, the Amir. Can we just have the color version on the screen, please? Can I have the color version, please? Can I have the color version, please? Atif Muzaffar Al Qasim Musab Abdullah Khalid. He's a resident of Kanpur. He's a resident of Kanpur. Atif Muzaffar Al Qasim Musab. He's a resident of Kanpur. He is at the helm of this. On the right is Danish Akhtar. He's a resident of Aligarh in Uttar Pradesh. Below him is Saifullah. Now Saifullah is the terrorist who was killed at Thakurganj in Lucknow yesterday. So he reports to Danish Akhtar, who also goes by the alias Jafar. He's a resident of Kanpur. Below him is Hussain, who goes by the alias of Hamza Khan. He's from Kanpur as well. Now linked to these people are the others who've been picked up. Now let me take you through their names. There is GM Khan, he again is a resident of Kanpur. There's Azhar Khalifa, he's from Kanpur as well, and Faisal Khan from Kanpur. The people who provided the weapons apparently are people who go by the name of Rishu and Rocky. They're the ones who provided weapons to Atif through Azhar. 2 weapons have been delivered, 3 were to be procured. Then there is Fakhre Alam, again from Etawah in Uttar Pradesh. He's part of the module that provided the weapons. So it explains, this module, this flowchart really explains, Avantika, the manner in which these people, partly in Madhya Pradesh, partly in Uttar Pradesh, were working in very close coordination. And at the top of it all, if my camera person Helen just zooms in, is this young kid. You know, his name is Atif Muzaffar. If you see how young he is, he can walk you by on a road. You won't even pay attention to him because that's how innocuous he looks. The furthest thing from what you'd expect a terrorist to look like. There's no flowing beard. There is absolutely no sense that, you know, here's someone who could potentially even be dangerous. He looks like a very, very young kid. So that's the flow chart, Avantika, that explains this particular module that's been busted. We're told by the ADG that they believe that Saifullah and his other roommates have been picked up. There are alternate reports coming in which say that there are some more suspects who are still on the loose, part of the larger module. They're still being looked out for.
Now, what is extremely alarming is the fact that most of them, and we've been speaking to our sources in the Uttar Pradesh Police Anti-Terror Squad, we've been speaking to our sources in the Intelligence Bureau in Delhi and at the National Investigation Agency, most of these youngsters are educated, they are middle class or upper middle class. They can pass off as normal, except that they're highly indoctrinated and their aim is to establish a caliphate across this part of the world, not just in India, but all across, from Syria, Iraq, through the Middle East, through Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh. That's that wider aspect they are moving on. And some of these operations, self-indoctrinated is what the police say, but also in touch with outsiders. Their handlers are abroad. Who are these handlers? We still do not know. But how was it that they were making pipe bombs inside this building? That is what the Madhya Pradesh police now suspect. Of course, a forensic team will be coming. They'll examine the explosives that were found in Madhya Pradesh on board that train, Ujjain-Bhopal passenger train, and also some explosives that have been recovered from inside. If forensically they match, then it's for certain that these bombs were made in this building behind me, and that is when the terrorists went to Madhya Pradesh for their explosion. Now, India Today's Maushmi Singh is the only correspondent who's gone inside this building. She scaled this high wall. For the security forces, it was extremely difficult. She managed to scale this wall. She gets you what this building looks like.
We are standing against this huge wall that is actually the backside of the house where this terrorist operation took place in the wee hours of the morning on the 8th. This small hole that you see is not a natural hole. It has been drilled by the ATS. This is the big hole through which they tried to insert. They did insert a camera to see whether Saifullah was active and he was trying to counter the entire attack. If you see the other hole above, that also was drilled by the ATS to get another view at about 2:30 a.m. in the morning to see that whether Saifullah would be moving around in the house. And this is the entire store area. The back side is the store area, the front side is the room, and to get an access into the room. They had actually drilled up on the terrace, but they couldn't get a hang of what's happening inside in the store, because Saifullah apparently did move from the room to the store. But if you look at this entire wall, there is no window, no space to get some free air, to get some light, and the entire big wall is just full of bricks. It's not even plastered, so a clear indication of an attempt to try and maintain secrecy. As far as the ATS is concerned, after 2:30 a.m. they drilled this hole and got a confirmation that Saifullah was not very active. They stormed into the house, and then Saifullah was killed in the terror operation. With video journalist Kripal Singh and Ashish, this is Mosmi Singh in Lucknow for India Today. We are getting you exclusive pictures from the terrace of the house where the terror operation took place in the wee hours of the morning, and this is the house where actually Saifullah was holed up. That's the location where actually the entire hole was dug. This is the area. You can see already the ATS has filled it up with stones, and that's the place where actually the tear gas and chili powder shells were thrown from. This area, we'll try and locate where this area is actually. If you come here and look at this entire house, that hole was actually coming to that store, which is locked now, so it wasn't really coming to the main area, this room where Saifullah just might have been in the beginning. You can see a slipper lying, some clothes lying there, a Discover bike, which is CP9704 number plate. That bike is there. This looks like the washroom area, the back side. Remember, this wall that we were showing you is where the ATS had to actually make a hole from the back so that it could actually carpet bomb with gas the entire house. We'll try and get a look from this angle and try and show you exclusive pictures of this house. It has a staircase. There you are. It's locked from inside. We can't get inside the house. That's the basin, and the entire area, I believe, has been sanitized. The ATS is moving in to actually, the NIA is actually moving in to gather all the evidences from this house. But clearly, the ATS had a task at their hands, as far as trying to locate Saifullah is concerned. You know, they have weird doors. They don't have those normal doors inside the house. That is strange. You know, generally you would have a wooden door inside a house, but these are all iron doors, and hardly any air that's coming in except the terrace. So that's one safety mechanism perhaps that this house had, and that's one reason why they took so much time. They couldn't have used these grills, one would wonder, unscrew them, because it was an easy way to actually target people who were perched on top on the terrace and trying to do some activity. You could target them from any of these rooms. These are the live pictures, exclusive pictures that we are getting you, and we'll try and show you how we have been able to actually scale up this wall. That's the depth of this wall, and we've tried to scale it up from various areas, and this entire area has been cordoned off. With video journalist Kripal Singh, this is Mosmi Singh in Lucknow for India Today.
And the brave Mosmi Singh joins me on the broadcast. Also with me is India Today's Hemendra Sharma. Hemendra has been tracking all the developments in Madhya Pradesh. So there was a blast on board a train in Madhya Pradesh. That is where the anti-terror squad there got alerted. Hemendra, police suspect that the improvised explosive devices, the pipe bombs that were used on board the passenger train in Madhya Pradesh, were manufactured in this house behind me. On what basis are they saying so? What's the evidence?
Well, police have recovered a picture from the mobile phone of one of the accused. In fact, it was in the sent items, and this picture was sent to the handler in Syria. And this picture is of a pipe bomb that was taken by one of the accused after this bomb was placed in this train. And the situation that is now emerging, policemen in Madhya Pradesh are considering themselves plainly lucky that they could actually nab these terrorists within hours of their planting this bomb and within hours of this explosion in the Bhopal-Ujjain train, because the plan that is now emerging is that they had targeted a passenger train. It could have led to derailment. People could have died because of a possible stampede or because of derailment. That didn't happen, luckily, is what the police people and other security agencies are thanking themselves. But the target was to cause maximum possible damage through minimum possible explosive required that they could carry with them. They carried that pipe bomb with them and then planted it in the train, and they thought that they would be having maximum damage out of that. And then the next the strategy
and this was also seen as a dress rehearsal for something even bigger.
They probably wanted to divert the attention of security and police force.
Okay. Track that story. I will come back to you for more. A quick break. Maushmi Singh joins us on the other side of a short break, as does Uttar Pradesh Bureau Chief Balkrishna. Much more on the story. Stay with us. This operation at the Haji Colony in Thakurganj took 12 hours because the police wanted to catch Saifullah alive. Why? Because while 6 people may have been busted, it's a bigger module. And I want to cut across to India Today's Maushmi Singh for more. Maushmi, there still is clear and present danger. 6 arrested, several still out there.
That's right, Gaurav. Yesterday we did talk about the real and present danger of the IS, but our sources confirmed the fact that the IS is very much here. This module was actually made in India. They resided in India, they operated in India, they never went abroad. They used the social media to the hill to learn the lessons of terror, and they had their southern counterparts to actually back them and support them. The headquarters was in the southern part of India, and they received all the help they wanted from the southern part of India. That works against the MHA's shifting stand on the IS. Earlier, Rajnath Singh did not cite the IS as a real and a big danger, citing various issues, citing Indian culture. But now I think it's time that the government authorities acknowledge that the IS is very much here. We are joined by Uttar Pradesh Bureau Chief Balkrishna. We'll try and fathom Balkrishna, what is the fallout of this entire operation, considering the fact that the election, the polling day is today?
Mostly we are just coming from Banaras, and this is happening at a time when the last phase of polling, 7th phase of polling was about to begin, and we could see in Banaras that everybody was already talking about this while this was happening, and already this was being discussed. So one thing also people noticed, although the polling is still on, but one thing people noticed that Akhilesh Yadav hasn't come forward to congratulate the UP police and ATS, while the other people are doing. You can see the social media people are congratulating. So definitely that is one issue that people are, especially the BJP, is going to point out what is going to the fallout on the voting, because this is happening when voting is already on. We'll need to see.
All right, that will be seen on the 11th. But Gaurav, there has been no word from Akhilesh Yadav yet, even as Shivraj has congratulated his team. Back to you.
Okay, we will continue to track developments on the story very, very closely. Fast-paced developments taking place all across Uttar Pradesh and other parts of the country. The effort is to catch the remnants of this module, and if their penetration is deeper, the security forces want to know how deep it is. We will continue to track that story, but that is all that we have for you in this special broadcast from Lucknow. Many thanks for watching. News and updates continue on India Today.